What's going on, guys and girls? It's Austin Short here with co-creator of Not Your Father's Sports Show, Kent Maybank.
How's it going, guys?
And we had an action-packed weekend of sports, and we're going to recap some of the highlights, lowlights, and everything in between. So let's start with the college football game of the week. Week 0 is here and in the books now. And
Summer's over.
Yeah.
Summer's over. Football's back.
I love it. And we started out with Miami versus the number 8 ranked Florida Gators, in-state rivalry. It wasn't the greatest quality of play, but it was a good game. It was an entertaining game.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed just, like I said, the fact that football's back.
Yeah.
And I think that, both teams are going to be solid teams. Miami's defense pretty much carried them through that game. They didn't get stellar play from their quarterback, was it Jaron Williams?
Mm-hmm.
And I think their defense is going to be what keeps them in games this year. And then Florida, another tough defense that, showed up to play as well.
Yeah, I'm concerned with that offensive line of Miami's. I mean, maybe Florida's defense is just that good, but they were getting cooked.
Yeah. Anytime you give up 10 sacks, that's worrisome. So
yeah, not good at all. But we saw the turnover chain out quite a bit. The Hurricanes forced 4 turnovers during the game. I think Felipe Franks is quickly becoming one of my least favorite quarterbacks in the country.
I agree with that as well. He's just kind of a look at me kind of guy.
Yeah, I do this.
Just tonight, whole bunch of mistakes by both teams.
So stop playing with me. I do this.
Okay, well, Felipe has had a lot of fun talking to the cameras.
Yeah, it was annoying.
He just straight up to the camera, I do this. And then he throws a pick right after, which was great. Yep. Loved that. I mean, it was sloppy throughout both teams. Offenses weren't fantastic. Florida came up with some big plays that really helped them out.
Dan Mullen wasn't afraid to go for it on 4th down.
That's true, too. He had some tricks up his sleeve.
Yep. And I believe Miami had a fake field goal as well, Bubba Baxa.
And then he missed the 23-yard field goal
right
after
unfortunately.
that.
Bad look for my guy, Bubba.
Might have been concussed from the hit he took on the sideline.
Going out of bounds.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of missed tackles though too by Miami. They were opportunistic, like we said. They created turnovers, but I just felt like there was a lot of missed tackles. Even Miami had that big run by Dallas, and there was some missed tackles on that too. I guess you just see that early on in the season, getting back into the form.
Right. What stuck out for me in terms of missed tackling was the screenplay that Florida opened up their scoring on. The dude broke 4 tackles, and all of them were trying to go high, and I was
and that wasn't he wasn't a big guy.
No,
he's a burner.
He's a scat guy
running through people.
Yeah.
But yeah, Florida pulls out the dub. That was 24-20. Just barely holds on. Kind of looked like Miami was going to pass interference their way into a possible score, but they just kept taking sacks too, and couldn't get it done in the waning moments.
Overall, couldn't really ask for a much better first game of the year until we got our second game of the year.
Because we were up late.
Chasing
that high.
Have you ever heard of the Hawai'i challenge?
I think I saw that on Twitter, but I haven't heard of it.
You sit down, you start the last hour of college game day, and you sit and watch college football all day until the Hawaii game's done at night.
Yeah, that's an ideal day right there. That's a great Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, with things like Uber Eats or Postmates or whatever.
Right, you don't have to go anywhere.
No.
And so Hawaii was playing Arizona. Obviously, they are returning Khalil Tate, who's quality quarterback. He gets a lot of hype. And I mean, even Hawaii's quarterback Cole McDonald, the starter, he's a Johnny Unitas candidate.
He was sharp all night.
Yeah,
throwing dimes.
I didn't realize though that he threw 4 touchdowns, but also 4 interceptions, and that's why they took him out in the third. Because we're going to be honest, we started we started killing terrorists in Rainbow Six Vegas
Yeah.
for a little bit. Took a little break.
Throwback.
But then, yeah, one of the great games of all time. But anyways, we come back to the game and we see it's still close, still a really good game. But I'm like, why is the backup in? Like, what happened to the starter? What happened to the kid with the dreads? The freshman came in, Cordero,
Mm-hmm.
and he led that last touchdown that basically sealed the game for them.
Question: do you think the Hawaii coaches recruit with their big Hawaiian shirt
with
and
the
blaze
Hawaiian
and-
garb on?
Yeah, do you think that happens?
Oh yeah, that's part of the draw.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think they when they offer you a scholarship, they probably give you a tourist shirt, like
I would hope.
a Hawaiian shirt. So high scoring affair in this one. Basically, it was 45-38, and Arizona got the ball back with 45 seconds left. They had to drive the length of the field, and we look at Hawaii's defense and we go, oh no, they're in that real big prevent.
Everything underneath.
Yeah, so they drive. Arizona gets all the way to the 31-yard line with 10 seconds left. And Khalil Tate drops back.
They were looking to get a short, quick play in, and then it kind of broke down, and
Yeah.
he made the executive decision that I got to do this on my own.
Yeah,
No time left.
took off and nearly scored a touchdown. He was brought down just at the 1-yard line.
The prevent D prevented.
It did. Bend but don't break.
Yeah, they bet.
But yeah, that was an exciting finish. I thought he
It
was
a
going to
great
get
game.
in there, and they brought him down just short.
Kevin Dyson.
Yeah, it was reminiscent of that Rams-Titans Super Bowl. But now, Week 0 is in the books with Hawaii capping off the 45-38 victory. We move on to our local teams in Week 1, looking ahead to Week 1. Michigan State coming off that 7-6 season, pretty bad ending. Left a real sour taste in our mouths those last few weeks.
It was disgusting.
Yeah.
It wasn't sour. It just tasted like
It was
garbage.
vile. I mean, they scored 6 points way too often.
Yeah.
But now, new season, new hopes, and we kick it off against Tulsa. They're coming off a 3-9 season, and from what I can tell, they're a team that likes to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
They had 2 rushers last year run for over 800 yards that are returning, and Tulsa, that running back, I got this right here. Corey Taylor said that Tulsa it's a reasonable goal for them to run for 200 yards against the Spartans, 100 yards for each of their stud backs.
I welcome the challenge.
Good luck, sir.
Yeah, good luck to you.
It's definitely going to be a test of the wills, the strength on strength, run game versus our, last year #1 rush defense in the country. It bodes well for Sparty.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about Tulsa. I think the offense shows up and it gets us hopeful. And we put up, I'm going to say we put up 35 points.
Okay.
That'll be so refreshing to see.
They're 20, in most books that I saw, 23-point favorites. Do you think they cover that?
I think so. I think the defense is going to shut down Tulsa. Unless Tulsa starts slinging the ball around the field, I don't think you're going to cover that.
Yeah. I agree, but it's like a tentative agree. Like,
But yeah, we haven't seen the offense.
What does Lewerke have to do to put your mind at ease? Is there anything that
This
he can
week?
do this week that is gonna say all right?
I just want to
I'm
see
back.
him be mobile again. His sophomore year, he ran for 500 yards, and that was just like a part of his. It was part of his game. That's what made him him. And then last year, he kind of got away from that. I think he heard a little bit of the NFL chatter, and I think he tried to showcase his pocket passing last year.
Yeah.
Just didn't work out as well.
He probably just didn't want to get banged up anymore either.
Right.
I mean, yeah, injuries were a problem for him and most of the roster throughout the year.
Yeah, it was. I saw a statistic. I think MSU had the 3rd most games lost by starters due to injury in the FBS last year. out of 128 teams.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tank anyone's season.
Yeah.
Nico would literally make your video 10 times better.
I know.
Sorry,
You
not
can just
sorry.
hang right here.
That's cool. It's cool to me. He needs to like pay more attention to the camera though.
Yeah, that's like a little unprofessional the way he's laying.
Can you sit up? Nope.
We're back. High hopes for State in week 1, and in general, I feel somewhat optimistic for the season. I think Ken and I were talking, and I'm kind of around like 9 wins. I'll be happy, and I think that's probably around where they'll end up. Anything will be pretty much better than last year, except like 3-9. But I'll have to go there.
I'll be disappointed. I just want to get back to the Mark D'Antonio golden era, and I feel like with this defense, like I would hate to waste this great of a defense and only go 9-3.
That's true.
So I'm hoping for a Big Ten championship. What is the stat? Every Mark D'Antonio 5-year player, 4-year player has had a Big Ten championship.
Oh, that's impressive if that's true. So moving on to the other team in the state, the one with the highest of expectations, per usual. Talking about Michigan.
Preseason national champs once again.
Yep. Back to back to back to back to back to back to back.
Yeah.
But last year, obviously, they went 10-3, lost their opener to Notre Dame, had a flawless conference record going until that all came to a screeching halt against Ohio State. They got boat raced in that one.
They got boat race in their bowl game.
Yep. That's how they end things often.
Mm-hmm.
Lately, it seems at least. And so this week they're playing Middle Tennessee State. Middle Tennessee State's coming off an 8-6 record. They went to a bowl game, lost against App State. More of an air raid team than a run game team. This is like a classic cupcake. I mean, even though they had a good season last year, but like Michigan always has these games in the beginning of the year where it's like they're gonna stomp these guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can envision like a 63-3 type game.
Yeah, like it just always seems to happen like that when they have these,
I'd love to beat a team like that once.
I know, yeah, like State never does that,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of like just Michigan's tradition to like get that hype train rolling even more.
Get a September Heisman candidate.
Yep, a la Denard.
Mm-hmm.
We're basically all in on Michigan covering the 34-point spread.
Yeah,
I feel pretty confident about that.
I think the big question going in is how is Gaddis going to change that offense up and what's it going to look like?
Yeah.
Because with Shea Patterson, you want more of a spread look.
Mm-hmm.
I think that kind of just suits his talent opposed to that pro-style offense that Harbaugh has ran his career as a coach. So.
Right, yeah. I completely agree. It'll be interesting to see how much rain Harbaugh gives Gaddis. You know, like, I mean, that's why they brought him in, though. So you would expect big changes on the offensive side from them. Defensive side, they have a bit of turmoil, but they got guys that can step in and get it done.
Yeah, they'll have the talent. You know what to expect from a Don Brown-led defense, and I think they'll be good. But with the new blood coming in, it could be possibly the weak spot on their team.
Yeah,
as a defense.
Yeah, and they're kind of, it's them or Ohio State are like the favorites for the Big Ten. I would say I've been hearing more Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
And I just can't get myself to pick them, honestly. It's not even just it's not the hatred. It's like I just haven't seen them do it in so long. And so, like, I mean, you have to figure eventually they're going to be able to, get out of that rut. But until I see it, I'm not going to say they're going to do it.
Right.
We got the Tour Championship on behind you right now.
Winner takes home $15 million.
Yeah, $15 million on the line. And it's right now, it's between, this is the final round. Koepka and McIlroy are paired together, and they're duking it out.
Yep.
And then Xander Schauffele, is that his name?
Yep, Schauffele, yeah.
Yep, okay. He's also hanging around. And, it's been an entertaining few rounds. There's been great shots. Schauffele hit a hole-in-one.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Thomas had some crazy chip-ins.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you think of this new format that they're doing? Can you explain that a little bit?
So, in the past, the FedEx Cup was based on like the culmination of the season points that the guys accumulated or whatever. But the way it worked was you could win the Tour Championship and not be the FedEx Cup winner.
Yeah.
And I think that rubbed people the wrong way. And so what they're doing now is the winner of the Tour Championship is the FedEx Cup winner. So how they did that was they did the staggered start. Going into the Tour Championship, the highest seed started at 10 under, which was Justin Thomas, and then they staggered it like minus 10, minus 8, minus 6. And
How far did that go till? Like till like the 10th or like the 20th, 30th?
I'm not 100% sure, honestly.
But those guys, like, basically, unless they're playing like otherworldly, they don't really have a shot.
Right, which I think is fair because if you start the week 30th in the points,
yeah, you shouldn't really win.
Right, unless you played your butt off.
Right, which would be pretty cool.
Right.
All right, the more we talk about it, the more I'm more
it makes
buying
more sense,
into it.
I think.
Yeah.
And you only have one celebration at the end of the day as opposed to two.
Yeah.
Which I think is kind of cool. Last year was I did not like seeing like Justin Rose win $10 million after he parred or bogeyed the 18th hole. And just had a terrible round on Sunday. And I'm like, see, that's not that cool.
Yeah, that's got to be kind of bittersweet even for him.
Right.
Except you're just $15 million richer, or
Right,
whatever it
right.
was last year. That's the money they're making is insane.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have an appreciation for golf, like these are the best in the world doing it, and they really do amaze me with the things they're able to do each and every time they're out there.
Mm-hmm.
There was also on Saturday, third round was postponed due to lightning.
Mm-hmm. Due to inclement weather.
And that, I saw the video, that shit looked like it was straight out of Planet Earth, or like
Yeah.
or some crazy Weather Channel like update.
It looked like it could be like an infomercial for the Weather Channel.
Yeah, it really did. I peed a little when I watched it. I'm not gonna lie, it scared me.
It was loud.
There were spectators injured
Yeah.
due to that.
So the lightning struck a tree, I believe. I haven't really heard, did like branches fall on people or like what happened?
Yeah, I'm not certain, but I hope everyone's alright from that, because that was frightening. The other kind of side note that's been going on during this Tour Championship is Brooks Koepka's, he doesn't just play good, he looks good out there.
Looks the part.
He's kind of trend-setting. He's rocking the Off-White Air Max 90s, and it's like a golf version of the shoe. And for those of you that don't know, Off-White is like designed by Virgil Abloh, who's like worked with Louis Vuitton and stuff like that. It's a shoe that literally you'll buy it for like $160 and it'll resell for like $600 at the least.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it also has this like stylistic zip tie tag on it, and it's just kind of like flopping around on his shoe while he's balling on the course. It was funny when they were asking him about it. He's like, "What's up with your shoes?" And he's like, "It's Off-White. It's fashion, bro. It's fashion." He's got the drip.
He's got the drip. That was like the perfect Brooks Koepka response too. I'd expect nothing other than him to say that.
Right. But it's like you wear that and you know someone's gonna ask, like, what the hell is on your feet? Like, why is that thing just flopping around on your shoes?
Doesn't that get annoying?
Yeah. In other shocking news, Saturday night, we learned that Andrew Luck would be retiring from the NFL. He's no longer playing with the Indianapolis Colts. This was first reported by Adam Schefter, and the awkward thing was it was reported during their preseason game, and Andrew Luck
While he was on the field.
sidelines, like acting like nothing was really going on, and then all of a sudden everyone learned it at the same time, as we all do in this day and age, that Luck was going to retire, and it's kind of sad because he's a great talent.
It was really disheartening to see. Like, I understand the emotional side of being a sports fan, but it was disheartening to see like the reaction that the fans had to him when he was walking off the field. Like, that's the last time you're going to see him on that field, and you literally just boo him off the field.
Yeah.
That's not very cool.
So it's kind of just annoying when you see the fan with the Luck jersey on and the crowd peeling it off, throwing his arms up. Look at me, I'm upset. Like,
this affects me a lot.
get over yourself. This man has his own personal needs that he needs to take care of, and I understand how being injured and rehabbing and going through that over and over and over again would
mentally exhausting, and you can't live the life you want to live when you're constantly doing that. And mentally, like, you hope that he gets to where he wants to be and that he ends up leading the life that he wants to live. So
yeah, and he's got that Stanford education to fall back on, so that's
right.
good.
If he ever falls on hard times, I'm sure he won't.
Right.
But he's got that going for him.
Good for you, Andrew Luck. We're here for you. We support you. This is the last bit of news we're going to do. On Friday, we learned that we were going to have the pleasure to experience Dwight Howard on the Lakers once again.
A reunion of sorts.
It was a bitter breakup, but it's a new regime now. It's a new time. And he's no longer going to be, obviously, the face of that franchise with LeBron there, Anthony Davis. I mean, he's going to be more of a role player than he was when he was initially brought there. How do you see this working out? What kind of role do you see him playing? And does this, help the Lakers a lot, a little?
Ideally, you'd like to see Dwight stay healthy and maybe play 10, 15 minutes a game, maybe, as, a Roy Hibbert type in that Frank Vogel defense. A good center that can dive to the hoop on a pick and roll from Alex Caruso.
Of course.
Finish off lobs.
White Mamba.
I think it could, has the possibility to be a good addition, but ideally, I'd like to see some positive defensive scheming with Dwight at the center of it.
Yeah. So it's like the lineups that they could possibly do. There's just so many options, especially when we were hearing earlier in the offseason that LeBron could possibly play point guard. They could go super big. They could, throw Rondo and like Danny Green out there with Braun and Kuzma and AD. They could go JaVale, AD, Kuzma, Brown, Danny Green.
Yeah, they have some lineup flexibility, I think. It'll be interesting to see what Frank Vogel does and just kind of the imprint he has on that team. I think it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I've just been hearing like mixed things between, is he going to be the backup center or is he going to start? I think he should be the backup guy that comes in, protects the rim. When JaVale's having that asthma attack, he relieves him for a bit, and then, AD's plenty capable of playing the 5 too. It kind of seems like they don't want to play him there, but they
kind of
might
annoys
need
me
to.
how against playing the 5 he is. Like, what does it matter?
Yeah. As long as you're grabbing boards, like, you don't have to, like, post up necessarily. You can still... Because I think he has hit most of his success, like, facing up, going past someone, or, like, giving a jab and a pull-up sort of thing.
It's 2019, and it's pretty much positionless basketball at this point.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy how that all started with LeBron.
It did.
And nobody really remembers that. They kind of attribute it more to the Warriors, but really, it was the Heat.
Yeah, was it the 2012 team? I think it was the 2012 team that beat the Thunder for the championship. When Bosch started, playing center and hitting threes and stuff.
Right. All right. Well, Kat, thanks for joining me. It's always a pleasure to have you on the program. I'm glad that we could get you guys up to speed on this weekend's sports action. So until next time, peace out.
Like and subscribe.